This is Craig Wescoe recording for TCGplayer.com, and today we're going to do Modern Aristocrats. This is a deck that I've been playing for a while. I almost played it at the last Grand Prix. I went 5-0 with it in the league, and then I just felt like it was, I don't know, I kind of decided to play humans instead. I played Mardu humans, but we're back to this. I wanted to record a video because the deck's really sweet to play, and it makes for some really interesting games. So basically, the deck revolves around Rally the Ancestors and Return to the Ranks. Those are kind of the key cards in the deck, and they'll bring every creature in the deck back if you just rally for 2 or Return to the Ranks for whatever's in your graveyard. So every creature in the deck costs 2 mana, or Viscera Seer costs 1 mana. So you can get everything back whenever you cast one of those spells. And the other key kind of card in the deck is Collected Company, which can get us 2 creatures. And what we're trying to do is set up a 4-creature combo. It's sort of like a Voltron deck. However, half of those pieces are interchangeable, and we have lots of ways to try to find those pieces. So Zulaport Cutthroat and Blood Artist represent one piece of this 5-piece puzzle. So we're trying to get a creature that drains the opponent. And the more of each of these we have, the easier it is to drain the opponent out. Now, the second part of the combo is a sacrifice outlet. So we have 4 Viscera Seer and 3 Cartel Aristocrat. So we have 8 drain creatures and 7 sack outlets. Those are the 2 interchangeable parts of the combo. The non-interchangeable parts of the combo are Safehold Elite and Anafinza Kintry Spirit. So what this does when we get all 4 of these pieces onto the battlefield is we sacrifice a Safehold Elite to one of the sack outlets, and we drain the opponent. And now the Safehold Elite comes back because it has Persist, and when it comes back and it gets a -1/-1 counter, it actually doesn't, because the Anafinza bolster trigger would then cancel it, and so you bolster the persisted Safehold Elite, and those 2 counters negate each other because it's +1/+1 and -1/-1. And so now the Safehold Elite comes back without any counters on it. You can just sacrifice it again and repeat the process, drain the opponent out. So that's the combo we're trying to set up. Now, we don't have to have the combo to win. A lot of times we just get a couple of these drain creatures out, sack all our board, drain the opponent for like 8 damage or 8 life, and then we cast Rally, get them all back, or we cast Return to the Ranks and get them all back, and then we just do it again and kill the opponent. Or we could just kind of chump block a few times, slowly drain the opponent out, and then cast Collected Company, get more guys. If we get a Satyr Wayfinder, we could fill up our graveyard to create another Rally or Return to Ranks. We can sack all our guys with Viscera Seer to get a bunch of Scry triggers to find a Collected Company, Return to the Ranks, or a Rally. So the deck, even though it kind of looks like it's too much to pull off, like a 4-card combo, come on, is that really real and modern? But it doesn't need to pull off the combo. That just happens to be a way to kind of go infinite and kill the opponent. And then it has a lot of ways to find these pieces. Like 4 Collected Company, 4 Viscera Seer to Scry. This deck scries a lot. And then Satyr Wayfinder is just like the backbone of the deck. He's kind of the secret MVP because you fill up your graveyard and it's almost like drawing 4 cards. He gets you the land you need to cast the Company or the Return or the Rally, and he also fills up your graveyard so that whenever you do find the Rally or the Return of the Ranks, it's just going to be lethal. So the deck's pretty sweet. The sideboard is kind of a bunch of bullets, and it's a lot of reactive cards, because the 2 cards that we definitely don't want to face, the best cards against us, are Grafdigger's Cage and Rest in Peace. Grafdigger's Cage is probably more so because not only does it turn off a Rally, our Return to the Ranks, and all of our drain triggers, it also stops our Collected Company. So we just basically can't do anything under a cage, and it's really hard to beat a Rest in Peace too. So 3 Disenchant those are our primary answers to mostly Grafdigger's Cage. If we're on the play, then we can bring in discard spells, and those will preemptively take care of any of those cards. If our opponent has Relic of Progenitus, which is another good card against us, so if they're on something like Tron, Stony Silence is a good answer to that. Stony is also good against Affinity. The Eidolon of Rhetoric is kind of a one-of against Storm and other decks that are trying to do multiple things in one turn. We can hit it with Collected Company, so it's just kind of a bullet one-of in case we face John Finkel in the league, something like that. Path to Exile is good against creature-based combo decks like the Abzan Company Chord deck, just to kind of disrupt that. And we have a couple of Path to Exile's main deck to help. A lot of times we just want to find one to deal with a particularly problematic creature, whatever it is. And with all our scry triggers and things like that, a lot of times finding one is not that difficult, but that's kind of the flex spot in the deck. Everything else is kind of part of the combo, and we have 2 extra slots, and I just use Path to Exiles because those are usually the most useful. So this is the deck. It's been really fun to play, and I've had some good results with it. So I'm going to record and share it with you guys.